Hi, I'm Jackie Ruiz. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Santa Barbara County Office of Emergency Management. We're here today in the EOC where much of the behind-the-scenes work happens during emergencies. This is the location where your county call center will be, and the Joint Information Center is here as well, where much of the information that you receive during an emergency originates from. One of the roles that the Office of Emergency Management has is to ensure that the right information is getting to the right people at the right time. And so we are in charge of alerting our community whenever there is a protective action. There are 3 protective actions that folks should know, including evacuation order, evacuation warning, and shelter in place. During an emergency, there might be multiple protective actions in place, and so our role will always be to alert those that are in an immediate protective action area first. So those are folks who are under an evacuation order or shelter in place. After we've alerted that community, we'll go ahead and move on to our readiness group. Our readiness group are folks who are under an evacuation warning. Following that group, we'll go ahead and share community awareness information. So that's information about any traffic impacts, smoke, or that may be smelled or seen in your community. So ReadySBC Alerts is our primary alerting tool here in Santa Barbara County. We use ReadySBC Alerts to ensure that our community is informed with the action that they need to take if there is an emergency. We highly recommend that every community member go to ReadySBC.org and register for these alerts. With the ReadySBC Alerts system, folks can register up to 5 addresses in Santa Barbara County. So we recommend that folks register their primary residence. If they have family members in town, they can share those addresses. If they have a place of work in town, or maybe even just a place that they frequent, we highly recommend that they register all of those places in ReadySBC Alerts. Really important to know for ReadySBC Alerts, we're going to need at least 1 contact method and at least 1 physical address. You can register multiple contact methods, so that might be a phone number and an email address. So we'll go ahead and give you a phone call if that's something that you've opted into. We'll send you a text message if that's something you chose, or an email. It could be all 3, depending on what you've selected. Some of the other alerting tools that we have include Nixle, which is a text-in opportunity. This does provide information for a particular zip code. We recommend that if you register for Nixle, you also register for ReadySBC Alerts, just because if there is an emergency happening in one area of a zip code, but not the entire zip code, you may not receive that information through Nixle. Another alerting tool that our community is familiar with are WIAs, or wireless emergency alerts. These types of alerts use cell phone towers to locate folks in a particularly impacted emergency area. The Emergency Alert System, EAS, this is a tool that we have at our disposal as well and allows us to share emergency messages through radio and TV locally. During the summer, it's really important to stay tuned into what's happening with the weather, with conditions in the area you might be, and so we highly recommend that you stay connected to local channels. Follow Montecito Fire on social media. Follow the County of Santa Barbara on social media. And for information about any emergencies and how to get prepared for emergencies, visit ReadySBC.org.